Ultimately, the people of Scotland have got to decide their own future, but they deserve, first of all, a referendum that is clear, fair and legal. We've set out plans to allow Scotland to do that this week. And I think that by making that clear, we can then focus on the real issues, which is it good for the people of Scotland to leave the UK? And is it good for the UK that Scotland leaves? I think profoundly it wouldn't be good for Scotland or for the United Kingdom, and it wouldn't be good for the people of Scotland in terms of the health of the Scottish economy. I think there are businesses at the moment that are nervous about investing in Scotland if they don't know about its constitutional future. I think if you look at the sort of scale of the national debt, for example, that Scotland would have to take if it became independent, if you look at the fact that it's got an important banking industry, as we know, and you ask yourself, would Scotland alone have been able to bail out the Royal Bank of Scotland or Halifax Bank of Scotland? You ask these questions and you begin to see that actually Scotland is better off in terms of jobs and prosperity being part of the UK. And by the way, the rest of the UK is better off with Scotland as well. The SNP is going to have to explain what its plans are for the currency of Scotland, what its plans are for the defence of Scotland when it doesn't have the protection of the United Kingdom, what its plans are for the Scottish economy when it's not part of a larger economy and able to benefit from UK companies like AstraZeneca as part of the same economy. These are things that the SNP has got to explain to the Scottish people. They've been hiding behind the process, hiding behind the procedural arguments. I think this is the week when we move beyond those procedural arguments. We've settled what we think needs to be done, and they've got to explain to the Scottish people how they could be possibly better off outside the United Kingdom. I think at last we are taking the fight to the separatists. It is across all the political parties, across the whole of the society of Scotland, it's across Scottish business, across the Scottish workforce. Those who do not want to see this country pulled apart are now putting their arguments together, and what's interesting is when you put some pressure on the SNP, you can quite quickly put them on the back foot.